So, to whoever invented the number 0, thanks for literally nothing. What's up, everybody? And welcome. Welcome, one and all, to something we've never actually done before, a just talking stream, or just chatting, or whatever Twitch is calling it these days. I always get the two mixed up for some reason. Now, before we get too far into this, I'd like to give a shout out to all of the early crew, or at least everybody who said something in chat so far. Sonicu123, 427 Arbach, and of course, Ducklord Returned.
Hi, everyone!
As well as my co-host, yes, Icicle C. Cold. Thank you for showing up for this. So, we were talking before about what tonight is going to be. So, if you've never heard of the things Mr. Welch is no longer allowed to do in an RPG, so this is an infamous tabletop blog post. It is about this DM who has a perpetual, I wouldn't call him a problem player. He just...
Troll.
He has made it his point in life to find ways to make the game entertaining for himself because he has done a lot of tabletop. The funny thing about Mr. Welch is that when he's playing with groups that aren't regulars, like people who have heard the legend, he plays it perfectly straight just to throw them off guard. This guy is amazing, and if you are not familiar with the legend, allow me to be the one to introduce you, because some of these are great. Icicle, shall we begin?
Indeed.
So, number 1, cannot base characters off the Who's drummer Keith Moon. If you're not familiar, Keith Moon is kind of the rock star who invented the whole, like, getting high, absolutely destroying hotel rooms. He's one of those people, it's impossible to make a documentary about him because half of the shit that he's done sounds fake. Number 2, a one-man band is not an appropriate bard instrument. There is no gnomish god of heavy artillery.
There should be.
My 7th C character, Bordeaux, is not Southern Montaigne. Which, I can explain this one, because I've actually played a game of 7th C. So, Montaigne characters are... They are very much based off of, let's say, 1800s England, early America type of thing, which, if you know anything about white people in the 1800s, they were kind of known for two things. Being constantly at war and being kind of shitters to a very specific group of people. So making one Southern, you can probably figure out the joke there. Hey! There's a name I haven't seen in chat in a while.
Heyo!
This is one of the main reasons I started doing more streams, is to allow more people to be able to hop in sometimes. Sup, Colt? Alright, let's continue. Number 5, not allowed to blow all my skill points on 1-point professional skills. You know, forget perception or disable device or... you know, diplomacy or intimidation or anything. No, I've just had every job in existence. For only a little while, though. Number 6, synchronized panicking is not a proper battle plan. Number 7, not allowed to use psychic powers to do the dishes.
What? Lame.
I mean, can I just pull a flicker from Blazing Dragons? I just create a machine to do it for me? Steam power, you say? Speaking of which, number 8, how to serve dragons is not a cookbook. Number 9, my monk's lips must be in sync.
Aw.
I mean...
I get it, I do.
That's more like table performance thing than anything. If somebody started doing that in my table, I'd give them bonus experience. Or like an inspiration token or something.
It's really hard to do. I imagine it would get kind of old, though.
You need to play that game on stream. Which game? There's a lot of games out right now, Colt.
Yeah, literally thousands.
Number 10. Just because my character and I can speak German doesn't mean the GM can. Oh, right, Blazing Dragons. I do still have the disc around here somewhere. I'll get back to you on that one. My schedule is way more open now for stuff like this, and if you can show up on Wednesday shows, I'll keep that in mind. Number 11. Not allowed to berserk for the hell of it, especially during royal masquerades. You remember that?
Masquerades are so boring.
You know that joke that Joe Cat made about Eldritch Blast? How the
Yes.
party is taking 2 hours to negotiate the price of a broadsword and you're bored, so you just fire it out for no reason. Number 12. Must learn at least one offensive or defensive spell if I'm the sorcerer. I want to know what spells he took in that case. Like, does defensive
All utility spells.
Well, here's the thing. Like, even those can be useful. Like, you can take something like Create Water or Haste or
Illusion.
a Minor Illusion, Ghost Sound,
Prestidigitation,
Prestidigitation. Yeah,
Mending.
that's a good one. Mending, Spark.
However, when you're absolutely useless in combat and the party was relying on you to, do combat,
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if it's all utility spells, it could be things like haste and whatnot. Or even then, if you've got grease, you can cover the battlefield in grease and just laugh at your enemies as they fail to stand up over and over, round after round.
which is pretty hilarious. You know what's even better than just grease, though?
What?
It's when you combine grease with that druid spell with the roots that grab your opponents.
I hadn't even thought
Because then
of
they'll
that.
never get up.
Number 13. Must not murder canon NPCs in their sleep, no matter how cliche they are.
Bye, Coops. I
No-
love that one.
Number 14. Ogres are not kosher. Onion. Number 15.
Oh boy.
Plan B is not automatically twice as much gunpowder as Plan A.
Yes, it is.
I have a feeling you and Mr. Welch might get along.
Okay, maybe not always.
That's Plan D, says Sonicu. Is
Well, yeah,
grease
plan D for double.
is grease from the grease spell combustible?
Yes.
In 5th edition, no. We just rule that it is because that was the best thing about that spell, and there's no reason they should have taken that out.
Agreed.
That's,
And
that's Plan
given
D
the
for
ingredients-
demolition. All right, I see what
Yes.
you're doing.
And then plan B should always be 4 times as much gunpowder.
Number 16. I will not beat Tomb of Horrors in less than 10 minutes from memory. Now, I don't know how many people get this joke. Tomb of
I
Horrors
do.
is an infamous old-school D&D module. A module being like a pre-built dungeon that you can just send your parties into, or like a whole adventure or setting or whatnot. Tomb of Horrors is infamous because it is filled with literal instant death traps, a lot of which are not signposted in any way, shape, or form. It is a nightmare.
It is a 2nd edition that was rewritten for 5th edition, and everyone still hates it.
Number 17. Collateral Damage Man is not an appropriate name for a superhero. Icicle, you might appreciate this next one. Number 18. When surrendering, I am to hand the sword over hilt first. That's one of my favorites. You'll start to notice trends in some of these, by the way. Following up on number 14, number 19, drow are not good eating. Just reminds me of that old movie, The Patriot. I say we burn the carts, eat the dogs, and use the paper for musket wadding. Eat the dogs. And the two of them look at each other and go, yeah, dog's a good meal. Good heavens.
Ugh.
Like, because they're just making fun of the priest and trying to freak him out.
Which, wasn't hard.
They're not serious. Those dogs live until the end of the movie, believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
But anyway, weirdly enough, I love that movie. Like, I know, like, all of the stuff surrounding the main actor, but, like, it was the first R-rated film I ever saw in theaters, no less, so it has a special place in my heart. Number 20, polka is not appropriate marching music. The hell it's not!
Red versus blue!
Number 21, no longer allowed to recreate the Death Star trench run out of genre. So, I need to know the situation.
I am so curious.
Did he train like a griffin or a wyvern or something, and he had a wand of fireball that he threw into the center of the, like the heart of the dungeon or the castle or something?
So curious.
Number 22, there is no such thing as a gnomish pygmy war rhino.
Pygmy war rhino?
I mean, the main problem with mounts is that you can't really fit them in a dungeon. So why not just create the most awesome mount you can possibly have, but fun-sized?
I mean, it makes total sense, but would also completely derail every single trap in the dungeon.
I don't know. I'd say there are some clever ways to work around that as a DM, but anyway.
Yeah, pit traps.
Number 23, any character who has a sensitivity training center named after him will be taken away. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. Moving swiftly along. Oh, I'm familiar with this one. Is he the reason this is a copy pasta everywhere? Number 24, even if the rules allow it, I am not allowed to summon 50,000 blue whales.
Apparently, he is the source.
Number 25, the green elf does not need food badly. Wizard needs food badly. And it's always the wizard. It's always the wizard.
Yes, it is. Because the wizard dies of 1d4 damage.
I'm more making a reference to the old school Gauntlet.
I know,
games.
Gauntlet. I played it at the arcade.
Number 26. Valley Speak has no place in a fantasy setting, especially if you're the paladin. I actually have a character.
Like, oh my gosh!
There was one time I decided to do the old school thing of rolling 3d6 in order for a character.
Bleh.
And looking at what I ended up having at the end, I had really good charisma, but almost no intelligence, and I realized, hang on a second, there are goddesses in the Pathfinder Pantheon that are about love. Why don't I just make this paladin of the goddess of love, who is really beautiful, really charming, but she's about as sharp as a beach ball.
Sounds about right.
Heart of gold, but...
Sharp as a beach ball. You know what's funny about that saying?
What's up?
I have gotten cut on a beach ball before.
Oh, right, the little, melted on seams, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch those things. Sometimes they have, like, little chips and edges on them. Number 27. I am not to shoot every corpse in the head to make sure they aren't a zombie in Twilight 2000. I've never actually played Twilight, so I can't provide any special insight on that one.
It's a vampire campaign.
Number 28. The goddess of marriage's chosen weapon is not the whip.
No, it's not. It's the chicken.
No, clearly it's the riding crop. Anyway, number 29. I cannot have any gun that requires me to continue the damage code on the back. Number 30. This is straight up a Spoonie story. Like, the Spoonie Bard. I
thought her weapon was thick thighs.
You crush a watermelon between those things. Number 30. I am not to kill off all the vampires in the LARP, even if they are terminally stupid. My party's actually done this before. Number 31. The backup trap handler is not whoever has the most HP at the time.
Well, the rogue died, so we stuffed him in the portable plot hole and sent the barbarian out front. And you know what? It worked.
I can disable trap by hitting it real hard, right? Sure, champ. I feel Bernie. You didn't hit it hard enough. Try again.
That's essentially how it went, too. We were all laughing so hard we couldn't breathe.
Number 32. I cannot buy any animal in groups of 100 or over.
Oh, no.
Well, what about 99 or over?
No. Bad Mr. Welch, no.
Number 33. There is no such skill as improvised cooking.
Isn't most cooking? Well, no, I guess if you're not following... I need to know the context for that one.
See, I've been looking through my pantry a lot lately, and I've been thinking, okay, so I've been trying to make myself more open to possibilities to do something that I never considered before. The other day, I had a really bomb-ass omelet I made for breakfast that included some marinara that I poured in there, a little bit of cheese.
Question.
Yes?
Is bomb-ass good or bad?
It's good. Sorry. I don't know if that's any regional dialect. That's just me being silly.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, because normally that term means that whatever you ate severely disagreed with you.
I see. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Waka waka. Number 34. I am not allowed to base any droid off any character played by Joe Pesci. I'm not the celebrities guy, so I can't, Number 35. I am not allowed to convince the entire party to play R2 units. Wow! Number... I love.
To be fair, though,
I love
that
Sonic.
Is really, really fun.
I love Sonic, who's take on this. Convince? You need to convince?
No, we did that in that game. I don't remember the name of it. It's a Star Wars tabletop, but all of us were droids at one point. We weren't all R2 units, but we were all droids.
I would love you just see him like taking a kung fu pose. I am versed in over 1,000 forms of communication. Of course, that includes physical communication, Master Luke.
I love that meme.
Number
you know he could never.
Number 36. I am not allowed to convince the entire party to sit on the same side of the table. Wait, which dice are mine again? Hang on. Where'd my character sheet go? This is my drink, right?
There is a rule that 2 of our players are not allowed to sit next to each other due to the shenanigans that occur.
Number 37. They do not make black market illegal cyber weapons for rodents. But I want to put a laser on Mr. Whiskers.
But they make them for cats.
Number 38. When investigating evil cultists, not allowed to just torch the decrepit mansion from the outside.
I mean, that would have been the smart thing to do, but...
I mean, do I get experience for that? I technically solved the encounter.
Yeah, but you didn't find out anything about their other bases of operation, whether or not they're planning something. And you didn't destroy any dangerous artifacts.
Well,
'cause
again...
that never works.
Well, again, this is a nice way to spin that as a DM. It's like, all right, if you want to solve the problem that way, go ahead. And while in the background I'm planning, okay, so that means they didn't find the artifact. That's going to be picked up by a rescue group later. They're probably going to be pretty pissed off about this, and they're going to want to do some damage to a nearby town.
Sounds like a very good 37 sounds like a very good business opportunity. A nice untapped market.
That's a fair point. If no one else is doing it, and there's clearly a demand.
Yeah.
So these three all go together. Number 39. Gnomes do not have the racial ability can lick their eyebrows. Number 40. Gnomes do not have the racial ability to hold their breath for 10 minutes. Number 41. Gnomes do not have the racial ability impromptu kickstand.
What? What? How? What?
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, can you just prop up my motorbike for a little bit? Thanks. Just stand here for like a couple hours while I go give the tavern owner a reason to stay in business. Number 4.
I mean, wait a minute.
What's
Gnomes
up?
are mechanically inclined. They wouldn't need that as a racial ability. They could just build one.
Or, we might also go the route that Arbok is bringing up. I'm not going to explain what that term means if you don't get it right away, but,
I do know what tripods are.
okay.
I do understand. This is entertaining.
Number 42. Having a big nose adds nothing to my seduction check. Isn't that a Jeff Foxworthy bit? Well, you know,
Yes.
if he's got a big nose, or big hands, or big ears, or really big feet, I'll tell you what, he better be packing, because that's one goofy-looking guy.
Yep.
I'll do it again.
Uh-huh.
Number 43. No longer allowed to set Nazi propaganda music to a snappy disco beat. I have never wanted context more desperately in my life. Number 44. Not allowed to spend all 100 character points on 100 one-point skills.
That would be GURPS.
Number 45. My character names are not allowed to be double entendres. I love how it took this long in the list for that to become a rule.
Yeah, you have to wonder how many he got away with.
Number 46. Silver rhymes with silver because the computer Frelling says so. No. Number 47. They do not make nair in Wookiee sizes. The burning. Oh my god, the burning. Number 48. The elf is restricted to decaf for the rest of the adventure.
So, there's a story about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is a joke in some campaign settings that if an elf consumes coffee, they basically turn into a 2-year-old who's eaten an entire bag of sugar.
Oh, because they don't need to sleep?
Yes!
Alright, that tracks. That
And the
makes sense.
shenanigans that happen thereafter are hysterical.
Number 49. Not allowed to blow up the Death Star before that snotty farm kid gets his shot. Number 50. Not allowed to use thermodynamic science to asphyxiate the orc's cave instead of exploring it first. This is an actual thing.
Yes, it is.
I actually used this against my tabletop group once. There was an assassin that was trying to kill them, and it's only because of a natural 20 perception check that they noticed what was going on. If they had spent, like, about half an hour down there longer camping out, they would have started taking damage. Which would have woken them up and led them outside for the fight, but...
Still. Goblin Slayer Sonicu number 50.
Mm-hmm. Number 51. No longer allowed to use the time machine for booty calls. So do you think the Mona Lisa was actually that pretty, or... I simply must find out.
Oh my gosh.
Number 52. My bard does not know how to play Inagata Davida on maracas. Oh, God, baby. That and Send Me On My Way by Rusted Root are my favorite examples of I don't care what the lyrics websites say, those songs are pure gibberish. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Agreed.
Number 53. Not allowed to start a drow character weighing more than a quarter ton.
You know why, right?
No, actually.
So, a racial ability of drow is that they get the spell levitate. Yep.
Are you saying...
I'm not joking.
Are you saying that he was trying to skirt around having to pay for a magical weapon by using the Wario ground pound on every enemy he came across?
It's definitely possible.
I'll allow it.
I mean, most players wouldn't consider it. This guy is creative, if nothing else.
Alright, well, number 54 is just common courtesy. Cannot pimp out other party members.
Obviously. As entertaining as that is.
I mean, if everybody on the table is on board with it. And I do mean everybody. You gotta check that shit. That's very important.
Yes, it is.
Number 55. Before facing the dragon, not allowed to glaze the elf.
Glaze the elf?
I should probably share this with you. Hang on a minute. I'll send you the link.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? I'll drop this in chat too so that everybody can follow
Oh crap,
along.
I gotta go.
Oh. You got something to go do?
Well, I gotta switch games, but...
Okay, you can still be in the call?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here you go. That's for you, and I will drop this. Number 56. No matter how well I roll, a squirrel cannot carry a horse and rider at full sprint. Number 57. In the middle of a black op, I cannot ask a guard to validate parking. The things you get away with when you know there's no real consequences. Number 58. Expended ammunition is not a business expense. Like hell it's not.
That crap's expensive, man!
It's a mercenary group. What do you expect? Although, that just reminds me of Star Fox 64 again. Mark off your Whatthefnu bingo cards, by the way. How if you go to the asteroid belt in that game, the first thing Fox does as soon as he's beyond Corneria is immediately commit fraud. Because you know that bill that you hand to General Pepper at the end of the game? It's for enemy forces incapacitated. Every single meteor you shoot down in the asteroid field is written down as an enemy kill.
Which I think is hilarious.
Number 59, not allowed to pose the Netrunner in embarrassing positions when he's on a run.
Okay. So Shadowrun is a tabletop campaign that's like cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
And Netrunner is like the Matrix, where you plug in and your consciousness uploads to the net.
Now here's the thing, like, the cyberspace, the net in Cyberpunk is this whole other thing. As soon as somebody plugs into that interface, they go off on basically their own personal dungeon. I think they've gotten better about this, about letting other people contribute during this time, but while they're off on their own adventure, the party is just kind of standing there bored. Like, the way it's explained in Universe is, in real time, this only takes a couple seconds, but from their perspective, it could be hours that they're inside this place. It's a weird system. It's fun. It's a really cool idea, but it is something that very much works better for a standalone, like, single-player experience. I would highly recommend the Shadowrun video games in that sense. Highly recommend playing a Netrunner in those games. I think I'll wait for Icicle to come back before we continue on down the list, because she hasn't heard a lot of these either. So how's it going, chat? How are you guys doing tonight? Did you hear from the family? Is everything going okay? How's your mother? She hasn't called me in a while. Playing 14 as usual. Man, I'm so glad I got you turned on to that game, because it seems like you've been having a ton of fun with it. Then again, maybe it wasn't even me. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself on that one. God, I might actually have the time to go back and play that again these days. Even despite doing a 2-hour stream every night. Playing Elden Ring, making progress, dying. So the usual in a game like that. As a reminder to everybody out there, if I manage to get my follower count up to 600, I will be playing Elden Ring myself. You know, me, the guy who is allergic to difficulty in video games, who adamantly hates Souls-like and Soulsborne games. And not only that, I will be playing it as a wretch, aka the most unwieldy class in the entire game, the one that starts with literally nothing.
Aha.
So if you want to see me suffer, we're only 45 away. Tell your friends, spread the word, get your family to subscribe to me, who knows? Alright, where did we leave off? Number 60, not allowed to short sheet the bedroll of impotent deities. I had to look this up once way back in the day. So short sheeting is a trick where it looks like a bed is made, but you can't actually stick your legs all the way down inside under the covers. It's actually really rude, the trick that makes this work. Basically, you tuck most of the bed sheet under the head of the bed instead of the bottom. Number 61, can only taunt the ranger about his lack of swimming after my USCG E8 saves him. Number 62, I am not allowed to do anything I saw Han Solo do once. Number 63. No, I cannot buy 10,000 marbles, even if I say please. Let's see here. Number 64. My paladin's battle cry is not good for the good god. Pitchforks for the pitchfork throne. Number... I mean, if you're an orc, maybe it is. Number 65. There is no summon bimbo spell.
There should be.
No, number 66. Not allowed to start a character that speaks every language except ones the party speaks. I forgot about this. Yes, right here. This is one of my 2 favorite items on the entire list. Number 67. There is no kung fu maneuver. McGuire swings for the bleachers. 4! Just love the imagery. This climactic kung fu duel between these 2 characters as the rest of the party is taking care of the minions that were summoned during the rest of the fight. And he just picks up like a random candelabra at the start of it, runs up to him and ejects him out of combat like Auron in Final Fantasy X. Number 68. Bring him back intact includes redundant organs. I mean, did he intentionally take them out? Is this like a cyberpunk campaign? He was gonna sell them on the market later?
I can't breathe.
Shooting star on the giant sandworm. I forgot you could do it on that enemy, but yes, you are correct, Colt. Number 69. Nice. There is more to wizardry than magic missile, even if I can do 200 damage automatic with no save. Number 70. Not allowed to cook up nerve gas in the sink, even if the target number is 5. So this is a joke I actually made to you not too long ago. Number 71. There is no annoy setting on a phaser.
There should be.
Picard is just in the back of the of the bridge, pointing it at Spock as he's working. Like he just presses the button occasionally on Spock.
Wrong one.
Oh, right.
Picard is Next Generation.
Different
Spock
generation.
Is
So, can you tell I didn't grow up with the show?
Yes, I can. However, I can definitely see, and don't hate me because I actually do like Voyager, I can definitely see Tom doing that to Tuvok.
I'm not touching you.
Oh yeah, Tom was just a giant child and absolutely loved annoying the ever stoic Vulcan Tuvok.
Number 72. Not allowed to start a character who is over 100 years old unless he's an elf or dwarf. Humans are right out. Where am I? I kind of want to run a character like that now. Just this wizard who is constantly unaware of who he is or what he's doing. But when combat happens, he is an absolute nightmare. He just becomes this swirling vortex of arcane mastery and destruction. Let's see here. Number 73. Not allowed to name my cudgel ceremonial whoop-ass stick. Ow! What'd you do that for? It doesn't matter. It's in the past. Number 74. My thief's battle cry is not, run and live! Number 75. Nor is it, you take care of the orcs, I take care of the traps. Hey, Azulio, welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? Number 76. I am not allowed any artistic license while translating. God damn it, Welch.
Oh, I need to know some of the context for this.
Number 77. I did not get my superpowers from James T. Kirk. What is that? Is that his patron or something? Is this the sci-fi warlock? Oh no, don't tell me he's a Grey Knight player. Number 78. Not allowed to commission a pistol that costs more than a sedan. What? What's wrong with a 6-shooter that fires nuclear homing missiles?
Everything.
Number 79. I am not liquid metal.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is a Terminator joke.
Probably. It's because that's the only thing I can really think of where it would apply.
I love people in chat trying to figure out the logistics of the pistol. One person is like, what model gun? And another person's like, what model sedan? Can he be Liquid Snake at least? In reference, sure.
Right. There we go.
Number 80. When accepting a challenge for a duel, I must allow the other guy time to find a pistol. Alright. That's one of those, like, okay, you outsmarted me once. I'm gonna let you have that. I'm on to you now, though. You're not gonna get away with that shit a second time. Aw, man. Number 81. A picture of my ex-wife is not an acceptable backup weapon.
I mean, that depends on whether or not she was a Gorgon.
Fair point. Fair point.
Well, Medusa, if we're talking D&D, because a Gorgon is a bull that can petrify people.
Number 82. Victory lapse after killing the dragon with my 1d2 bow is considered in poor taste. I want to know how he pulled that off. That's a pretty chonky HP bar.
Well, I imagine the wizard and the barbarian and the sorcerer and probably whatever sort of weird...
Like, yeah, this is something you'd have to coordinate with the rest of the group. And even then, there's no guarantees. It's not like there's a false swipe move in this game. So, well, there is non-lethal damage.
Sneak attack. If he had the... If another player was within 5 feet of the dragon, and he was max level thief, he got sneak attack damage with that bow, and rolled max damage. That would be a hefty chunk.
You know what? I'll accept that. Number 83. My gnome does not like big butts, and he cannot lie. You're a gnome. All butts are big butts.
I was gonna say, tiny gnome is tiny.
Number 84. Not allowed to talk my fellow Inquisitors into buying a 220-pound pole crossbow. Number 85. Not allowed to talk my fellow Inquisitors into buying an industrial-strength flamethrower.
Flamethrowers.
Number 86. Not allowed to make a superhero with a 99% chance of dodging even after the -10 penalty for a successful called shot. Number 87. There is no such thing as a dwarven katana. There is now.
There definitely is now. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Number 88. My bard does not get a bonus to perform if she is obviously not wearing anything under her tabard.
What? That should totally get a bonus to perform.
She said it, not me. I'll take that.
Am female.
Number 89. The elf's name is not Legolam. Number 90. Number 90. My swashbuckling fop cannot take the flaw dark secret, not gay. Well done. Well done. That is a master level troll. 91. A wet towel does not constitute an improvised weapon.
I don't know, man. Have you ever been towel whipped by a wet towel? That hurts.
Has this guy ever watched the Sherlock movies? Like, Watson kicks ass with just his jacket.
You know, I really do need to watch those. I've never watched the Robert Downing Jr. ones.
A lot of interpretations of that source material forget that fact. Watson is a war hero. Like, that dude is a badass in his own right.
Which is very much why I liked the one with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. That's his name, right?
I believe so?
Thank you. I never remember.
The name of the weapon shop is not Bloodbath and Beyond.
It should be.
I had a list not too long ago of a whole bunch of really funny shop and tavern names. I wish I remembered where it was now.
Fun fact, my DM has actually sent us to Bloodbath and Beyond before, so there's that.
Arbok says Bloodbath and Beyond is, however, a Cornate store franchise. Sells chains, chain axes, and chain axe accessories. 93. I am to remind my DM that he must never, ever give my paladin a dire boar for a mount again. Not all mounts are made equal. Remember this.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
94. I cannot base my ancient kung fu master on neither Gene Simmons or Bluto Blutarski. Paul Blart, Mall Cop, Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Dire boars are extremely overpowered because they get trample and gore.
Does it work the same way Pathfinder does, where you don't really have a full attack action per se with natural weapons? It's just whenever you attack with them, you use all of the ones you have?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I can see how that can get out of hand pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, and with Trample and a Paladin, if he has Lance. Yeah, so a Paladin with Lance, mounted combat feat, and a Dire Boar is going to completely destroy everything.
I actually, speaking of that, I'm thinking of getting myself into a D&D group again. I want to branch out and start doing some tabletop. But because I'm reaching out to people I don't really know, I have something in my back pocket that I'm holding on to just in case I encounter that DM. You know the type of person I'm talking about. This is a character called Bob. And Bob is an orc vengeance paladin with the Sentinel and Polearm Master feats.
Oh, bloody!
And it only gets worse from there. That is the character I play if I want to absolutely ruin someone's game. Number 95. I must not put the Thunder God on the spot again.
What? What?
You just embarrass Thor in front of the other gods, or ask him a question he doesn't really know the answer to. Number 96. No making up polearms. No. Having a katana on the end of a stick, that's a thing. People have been doing that for generations around here.
Actually, that has a name.
A nodachi, right?
Mm-hmm.
My setting also has made-up polearms. It's called a naginata, yeah. Alright, cool.
Naginata, but yes.
Number 97.
Nagin.
Right, I forgot. You actually take Japanese lessons.
I did. I learned enough. I can't speak or read, but I know how to pronounce things.
Number 97. My one wish cannot be, I wish everything on this piece of paper was true. I love that this problem has existed in popular media for so long that people have basically optimized all of the interpretation out of it. It's amazing. It's almost impossible to monkey paw this if you do it right.
You'd be surprised.
Number 98. There is no such thing as speed polka.
There should be, because that sounds hilarious.
That sounds like something that would be aired on ESPN 8, the Ocho. If it's technically a sport, we'll air it. Nodachi, I think, is a great sword. Yes! You are 100% correct. As soon as you typed that out, I realized, oh yeah.
Naginata is a sword on a stick.
99. Not allowed to see if Jedi can parry a shotgun blast with their lightsaber.
Yep, there were some angry players that day.
Number 1. All right, we've made it to the triple digits. Here we go. Number 100. When any character from a D20 sourcebook is allowed, that doesn't include system lords. Number 101. I am not allowed to pave anything. The sacred druidic forest that stood for 10,000 years. They paved it over and turned into a parking lot. Hold on, let me read this out. I don't know if this is from something, but I'll read that one out. The less words in a weapon's name, the more dangerous it is. You don't want to be on the... Don't get me wrong, you don't want to be on the wrong end of Dark King Grimoire's edge of annihilation, But you really don't want to be on the wrong end of something called the Throngler. This is an emphatic name. I love that. The Throngler.
It's a good one. It's a very good one.
Number 102. I am not authorized to start any civil engineering project on the taxpayer's dime. Listen, man, I'm just saying. You know what would go really great next to this Starbucks? Another Starbucks. Number 103. There is no such thing as a Club 3 of cup checks.
What? Repeat that?
There is no such thing as a Club 3 of cup checks. The dude did a golf swing on someone's crotch.
Oh, okay.
He's describing a weapon that presumably gets some kind of bonus as long as he's doing a called shot to the nuts.
Gotcha.
Number 104. Nor is there a one long sword, 5 against party members. Number 105. I am not allowed to polymorph anyone into Abe Vigoda.
Who?
He's an old actor. I think he was in The Godfather, actually, is where most people know him from. Again, I'm not the celebrity guy, so I apologize if I get something wrong on that front. Number 106. I do not have weapon proficiency in cat.
You don't need weapon proficiency in cat.
Yeah, you do.
know what
If you I mean, if you're playing Postal, it's kind of necessary. Have you never seen that game?
I have. I have.
Wait, is that the one your uncle had on his computer that he let you play one day?
No, it was my grandpa, and my first video game I ever played was Duke Nukem 3D. When I was 8.
Damn. Will you sign my petition? There, number 107. There is no such game as Were Shark the Buffet. Oh. What is it? Werewolf the... It's either Vampire the Masquerade. I know there's a social deduction game. I think it's just called Werewolf.
Yes, it is.
Number
It's like Among Us, only it's a werewolf, and it came before, and I believe it was either LARP or tabletop.
Mm-hmm. No, it's tabletop pretty much. It was a really great party game, and like everybody's been pulling cues from it ever since. Like Trouble in Terrorist Town was one of the earlier ones that still had the whole like different role system.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to talk about this because it's my favorite aspect of those games. Nothing makes me happier than playing a social deduction game and becoming the jester. My little gremlin brain activates every single neuron when I get this opportunity. I have pulled some absolute nonsense in that game before. I have managed to line up sight lines and jump in the way of sniper rifle shots. It's amazing, but that's another stream for another time. Number 108. No, I do not get XP for every single crewman on that Star Destroyer. Yes, Azulio, you're correct. The Jester's entire deal that if he can't hurt anybody, but if somebody mistakes him for a traitor and they shoot him, He wins and everyone else loses. The, the Jester encourages you to play that game in the absolute worst way. It is a pure injection of chaos, and I love it. Number 109, not allowed to kill a vampire with any part from a DC 10 larger than my car.
What?
Hang on.
Even.
Number 110, not allowed to serenade the party even if my character has an internal tape deck.
Wow.
But
That's
I'm
hilarious.
the bard. Don't. Number 111, I did not pick the garage skill last week from my grandmother. Number 112, if the gun can't fit through the x-ray machine, it doesn't go on the plane. Oh my god, who touched Sasha? Number 113, my droid is not allowed to paraphrase any Jack Nicholson soliloquy. Nice human. Good human. I love this one. Number 114. The Demi-Lich only falls for getting stuffed in the bag of holding once.
Okay, why in the world did they stuff... More to the point, how did they convince it to do that? And why did they stuff it in the bag of holding to begin with? I'm
so
just like,
here's the
so
thing.
much.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
I know, air.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Phylacteries don't work if the person they're attached to is on another plane of existence. Which bags of holding count as their
planes.
Yeah, they count as their own little pocket dimension. So
That's hilarious.
You can effectively kill a lich that way.
That's great.
Number 115, my musical instrument does not double as a personal flotation device. I mean, depends on the instrument. If you've got a wooden guitar, I'd say that tracks.
I don't know. They're not terribly buoyant.
Number 116, not allowed to take a coffee break during the final supervillain showdown. Time keeps dragging on. He's got super speed. He just goes to the Dunkin' Donuts on the corner. Hang on a second. I'm restoring my stamina points. Yeah, I'll take 2 plain, 2 chocolate with peanuts on the top. Hey, Superman, you want anything? Little busy here. Number 117. I am restricted to memorizing floating disc only once per day. This is something I didn't realize about wizards. The way their spells work, and the reason they get so many spell slots, is once you cast it that day, you can't cast it again unless you memorized it a second time. I did not realize that is how spells worked, and we have been operating of them just being there once you prepare them during the morning for years.
Honestly, it's just easier to do it that way.
Number 118. I will pick a more traditional paladin weapon instead of a sledgehammer. I don't know, man. That's... Break down the enemy castle gate. I am filled with Christ's love.
I am just thinking to myself, the reason he picked the sledgehammer is because it had more damage than the warhammer. And probably gets piercing or something. I don't know.
Number 119. My characters' names cannot be anagrams of Playboy playmates. Number 120. Not allowed to kill another party member with a boomerang again.
What? What?
There we go. I turned up the music just a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. Number 121. I am not a contractor for Dragon Cave Cleaning Services Incorporated. I'd be amazed if he actually, like, rolled a nat 20 on the bluff check and the dragon bought that. Number 122. The paladin's alignment is not lawful anal.
Of course not. It's lawful stupid.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
Number 123. Not allowed to forget to mention traps when the power gamer has point. Number 124. I cannot insert the words "kill Phil," sorry Phil, into any list of instructions. Number 125. Lingerie can only snap coincidentally so many times per day. Oops, my clothes fell off. It's number 126. Dwarves do not count as burrowing animals.
Unless you're playing in the custom setting that is Artemis Fowl.
Hedgehog, noun, a burrowing animal. Anime says no to 125. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, anime gets a pass though, but if you're not playing Bessem, no.
I'm just saying, if you kill more shirts than people, you're probably an anime protagonist.
Probably. Or the Hulk.
Fair point. Number 127. Not allowed to download AOL 6.0 on the Arasaka mainframe. For those of you who don't know, Arasaka is one of the main villains from Cyberpunk. That's genius!
I mean, it would make the entire thing go corrupt and slow very, very quickly.
Just starts downloading every virus in existence.
Yep.
Sonic says, Wayne Gretzky rules! Number 128. Polka gnomes only exist in my mind. What is this guy in polka?
I don't know. Have you ever really heard a good polka? It's great stuff.
I guess he's just a big fan of Weird Al. What can I say?
And,
Which,
you know,
all right.
Red vs. Blue has proven to us that polka music is definitely battle music.
Ugh. Not allowed to name my ship the anti-disestablishmentarianism. Here we go. Number 130. I am not authorized to form the head. Classic Voltron reference. Well done. Number 131. Not allowed to bet how many times the Lich bounces. Survive this, you skeleton son of a bitch. Barbarian just like football throws him off a cliff. Number 132. There is no such feat called Death Blossom. If I'm not mistaken, that's a reference.
Bleach.
That's a deep cut. That's a reference to a Bobo's Big Adventure. Or is it Bleach, you said?
Bleach also had Death Blossom.
Oh, all right. I guess it goes deeper then than I thought.
It's a really cool name for a move.
It is, yeah. Number 133. My acrobat cannot balance on the warlord's head for more than one round. Number 134. The King's Guard's official name is not the Royal Order of the Red Shirt. I'm in danger. Number 135. I cannot demand payment in Electrum, back rubs, or bubble wrap.
But bubble wrap.
Wait a second. Why is Electrum crossed out? Did he change his mind on that one?
So Electrum is a pain in the butt currency that nobody uses because it's basically a nickel and everything else is in increments of 10, and
I see.
the unspoken rule is that you just chuck a piece of gold at the ground hard enough and it breaks and you get silver. Because currency exchangers are a pain.
See, okay, I want to know how many other people do this. Are we kind of just all in mutual agreement that the party carries wallets of holding?
Yes!
Alright, just making sure. You can stuff as many coins as you want into them. There's no worries about, like, having to go to town and hiring carts to bring the dragon's hoard back to the shops.
No. Definitely. Wallets of holding. Now, where is that channel tool thingy that votes?
What are you
Where are
looking
the buttons with the things for the stuff?
Well, what are you looking for specifically?
The vote thingy. Channel action. Users.
Oh, you want to create a poll?
Yeah, that.
Oh, give me a second.
I'll find it eventually.
I might not have actually added it to the channel page. Hang on a second. The widget,
I don't see it here.
The widget should be there now. Hang on a second. I'll create it. Does your tabletop party have bottomless wallets? Because that's the question.
Wallets of holding.
Have wallets of holding. Yes and no. All right, and we'll leave this going for about 5 minutes, we'll say. All right. We'll just leave that for everybody to vote on. In the meantime, number 136. I cannot start the 7th Sea campaign with 3 confirmed Draken kills. Like I said, I've only played 1 game of 7th Sea, so I don't entirely get the joke here.
Yeah, Draken.
That it sounds like dragon.
Yep.
Let's see. I think the joke might be there's only a limited number of them in the world. Perhaps.
Probably.
Number 137. I do not have a scorching case of lycanthropy.
A scorching case?
I think this might be an STD joke.
Oh.
That would be the absolute worst way to catch it. It's like this person who's hitting on my character at the tavern, she's not a succubus, right? No, you don't detect any demonic presence in her. Why'd you say it like that?
No, reason.
Number 138. If the mere thought of it costs the other's sanity, I'm forbidden from doing it. Number 139. My bard is required to take levels in the perform skill and cannot just play by ear.
Yeah, no.
Number 140. The Dutch language does not exist in the Forgotten Realms. Okay, so I saw somebody post an image about this in the memes channel in the Discord not too long ago. So apparently there's 3 different languages in that general region. There's Dutch, there's Finnish, and there's Swedish. 2 of these languages make perfect sense, and they kind of build off of each other. One of them is utter fracking gibberish. And
Yes,
I forget which one is which.
I used to know. I have a webcomic that I like to read that references it. It's called Be Still, Stay Silent, or Stand Still, Stay Silent, and it references that. I think it's Denmark's.
I believe you're thinking about Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Icelandic, and Finnish, says
Yes,
Arbok.
those are the 5.
Finnish is the unintelligible one. Okay.
Thank you. I didn't want to flip.
Anyways.
I ban 141 on principle.
Number 141 is My maid does not know Kung Fu. No fun. Absolutely no fun. Come on, I took the leadership feat. It can totally be my house cleaner.
Agreed.
Number 142. Not allowed to give a 4-year-old a sugar rush just to jack up the CR later. Um, 143. Not allowed to buy a holy symbol for every god, just in case one of them is right.
Can you imagine the sheer amount of jangling?
I love that Shadiversity recently released a video of, well, how many gold coins could somebody carry? And he has a companion video that's like, how many weapons could somebody conceivably bring with them at any given moment? I'm learning all kinds of things about languages today. Old English can be understood by a Dutch speaker, but not the other way around, or so I've heard. I'd love to look into that. Number 144. There is no such thing as pleather armor. I'd make an exception for a bard that wants to look fabulous.
It would suck, and it would have 1 or 2 less armor rating than actual leather armor, but...
I'd give it something to balance that out. Like, maybe it would help out with perform checks or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's too funny.
Number 145. I cannot go back in time to cut in line at the Declaration of Independence, so everybody is now asked for their Terence E. Wazinski when signing documents. Why do rogues wear leather? Because it's made of hide. I don't know what it is about fantasy stories, but they tend to drag on. Number 146. Not allowed to play an Australian in any game set before 1600. Number 147. Hobbits are not allowed to have Norse ancestry. 148. There is no gnomish death grip, and even if there was, it wouldn't involve tongs. Sonic, I think I can take a stab at that Hobbits one. You know how Frodo left on the boat at the end there? I'm thinking the story he tried to pitch is that after moving up north, they kind of became a settlement onto their own, but a huge blizzard knocked out all their food, so now they've come back to pillage. Weirder things have happened in that universe. Number 149. Looting the unguarded baggage train is not considered a glorious victory. Number 150. Not allowed to create recreational drugs in suppository format. Number 151. Halflings do not have a racial proficiency with the flamethrower.
Why? Just why? If
Mr.
anything,
Frodo,
they have a
don't
racial
you know? But ashes help make soil much more fertile. This device will help us expedite the process. Number 152. When the guy is at -9 HP is not the best time for my cleric to convert him.
Are you kidding me? Of course it is. Convert or you don't get healed.
Well, that's just a morality check at that point. Well, I guess depends on the god.
Bingo.
Number 153. I will not propose to every noble woman at the royal ball until I crit my charisma check. 154. I am not allowed to rub the monk's head for luck.
Oh, you rub the monk's belly for luck.
Number 155. I am not allowed to rub any part of the elf chick for any reason. One of the best things about this list is that some of these entries build on each other. Number 156. When one person forgets to buy rations, eating the half-elf is not our first option. Number 157. Any capital scale weapon is not my little friend. Number 158. I will not declare myself a god just so I can grant myself spells. Number 159. Airlocks do not double as trash disposals.
Yes, they do.
Number one.
Wait.
What's
I
up?
have a story about an airlock.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the DM used a table of random magic items. And of the two objects that were probably the greatest ever to come out of this table of random magic items were a quiver of water and a +3 longsword of throwing.
I think you've told this story before, but please continue.
So, the quiver of water, when you pulled an arrow out of it, would then turn into a decanter of endless water. Except there was no way to stop it because it didn't have a lid. So, to keep it from flooding the ship, we threw it into the airlock. And then the pressure in that airlock would just build and build and build and build. And so we wound up using it as a cannon for ship-to-ship combat.
I see.
And it worked!
Hey, if the DM allows it.
I mean, there are other primary ammunition source were the rock hard muffins that our ship made because it was a broken factory spelljammer. That was such a fun campaign. My very first one ever.
So regarding number 156, I think Arbok is referencing Genshin Impact, if I'm not mistaken. We streamed that a while back. Do you remember the line from the beginning of that game? Hey, who's your little floating friend there? Emergency
Spare
rations.
rations. Yes. Yes.
Oh no, it seems like your other party member has gotten Sugandis. Oh, this is awful. What is Sugandis? Sugandis nuts. Paimon says get shit on. Number 160. I will not load any Gatling weapon with nothing but paint rounds. Number 161. I will not nail every single female party member except for the elf chick played by that creepy guy. Number 162. Whatever monster we just killed is not to be tonight's dinner. No. If you cook it right, the black pudding is perfectly edible. I actually have a story about this. Heavily inspired by Final Fantasy IX, I'd love for there to be a black mage character in some RPG who, if you kill specific monsters with them in the party, they get cooking ingredients off of them, and then by eating well-prepared dishes, including that monster's parts, you get their spells added to that person's arsenal. As well as, like, some special dialogue from the party, maybe. Anyway. Number 163. Not allowed to try and make a dire version of any dog of the toy breeds. Dire Chihuahua.
Are you kidding me? A dire Chihuahua would be terrifying.
Dire Yorkie.
Dire toy poodle.
Dire Corgi. That's the best one. That's the best one yet. Number 164. I am not to tattle to the halfling assassin's mom about his career choice. Dire Corgi with a halfling rider, paired with a fairy riding a regular corgi. Man, you could write an entire book around that concept. I want to read that novel now. Fuck, I'll narrate that novel for free. Number 165. I am forbidden from replacing anything with Folger's crystals to see if they notice. Do you remember those commercials?
Oh,
That's an old school reference. Number 166. Not allowed to bribe the enemy commander into withdrawing with a stolen Elvis LP collection. Number 167. I was not recruited by Star League for any reason. Number 168. I was not recruited by 12 dwarves and a wizard to rob a dragon.
Wow.
Solid Hobbit reference.
It's great fun.
Number 169. I am neither the pagan god nor goddess of fertility. Number 170. I cannot name my character Zageeg or any anagram thereof. That's a reference to Gary Gygax, one of the creators of Dungeons & Dragons.
I know.
Number 171. My character's dying words are not allowed to be haster, haster, haster. Number 172. At no point can I justify spending force points on a seduction check. I mean, if you're a gray Jedi, you can get away with that. Not if you're like those fuddy-duddies up in the temples, but I would love, I would adore if in some kind of official content, somebody writes a gray Jedi correctly, finally, and just, like, in casual conversation with a traditional Jedi, just, like, puts their BS on full display, just goes on this several-minute-long teardown of the entire philosophy of it. Just bringing up things like, now, we're not taking your child from you. We're just letting you know that they have this power within them that nobody in this situation had any control over, or can have any control over moving forward without our help, that could become a destructive force that would lead to them killing tons of people if left unchecked, and the only way to solve this issue is to let them go to us and live in an environment where they are without their loved ones for years and years and are not allowed to engage in any kind of emotion. But no, we're not taking your child from you.
I just want to see a Southern ma'am tear into a Jedi over that.
Number 173. I am not allowed to recreate Veers' march of the AT-ATs on Zential Keep. Number 174. There is no use of Shatner's spoken word album that doesn't require a humanity check. Mr. Tambourine Man! Please, please, everyone who's here, I am begging you, go look up William Shatner, quote-unquote, singing Mr. Tambourine Man. That is not a song. It is a slow descent into madness.
Which one?
It is something else. What's up?
What?
William Shatner did an entire spoken word album where he doesn't really sing songs. He just says the lyrics in a weird way because his vocal delivery is what he was known for.
Oh, that piece of abomination.
And he did Mr.
I'd erased it from my memory.
One of the ones he did was Mr. Tambourine Man, and in my opinion, it is the highlight of the album. Oh, but anyway.
Oh, boy.
Number 175. I am not directly descended from either Huey Lewis or any member of the news. Number 176. I cannot make called shots to the plectrum, anvil, stirrup, hammer, or isle of Langerhans. Number 177. Stinking cloud is a privilege, not a right.
Stinking cloud doesn't necessarily have to be cast as a spell.
I am going to quote XP to level 3 on this one. No, you know what? I know what the video is. I can pull it up in the background here. This is why I always have this open. Davy Shappy Wizard Spells. Here we go. Featuring...
Howdy, how's...
Third level, right? Third level is where we find, Leomud's Tiny Hut, Magic Circle, Phantom Steed, Sending. Here it is, Stinking Cloud. I found it. I'm going to turn off the music here for just a second so that you can listen to his take on this spell and why it's infamous amongst players.
Look really cool in slow motion. Stinking Cloud. What awful, messed up wizard was like, yeah, the contribution I'm gonna make to this magical world is a fart cloud that smells so bad everyone has to barf. What being of pure evil made this?
There are no profanities in Celestial? What? What?
Let's view the results of that poll, by the way. Yep, 2 votes to yes. You guys are on the correct side of justice.
Wallets of holding! Yeah!
Wizard Wario.
Yeah.
Instead of having to prepare his spells in the every day for an hour, he just has to eat a clove of garlic and he's good.
Not a clove, an entire head. He does not eat just a clove.
Also, for those of you who are curious about the video you were just listening to, here's the link. Because I'm not a jerk, I don't just steal people's content. Anyways.
Aw, yeah, nice.
Let's see here. Number 178. There are no profanities in Celestial.
I don't even.
Number 179. Chummer means he is my friend, not that sharks find him tasty. Number 180. I have neither the touch nor the power. Yeah! Bump, 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 bana. Number 181. I cannot quote Shakespeare in Krenos. Number 182. No figuring out the plot and killing the actual villain 5 minutes into the adventure. Number 183. There are no rules for cooking corn dogs in any D20 supplement. Yo, corn dogs are the best. Now I want some. Number 184. A starting character has no need for 100 gold pieces worth of hemp rope.
For reference, I think 50 feet is a silver piece.
What if your character's a rope salesman? Fair point.
I think the reason you would want that much rope is because later on, if you're a caster, you can learn the what's it called? Not transmorgify. It's that spell where you can make rope into something, and I don't remember what it is, but it's valuable and you can sell it.
Either that or you're playing the bard who wants to teach, you're playing that bard whose entire character goal is to eventually teach a dragon the meaning of the elven word shibari. Oh no, I killed her with that one. You okay?
I'll be okay.
Okay, just making sure you're not gonna pass out.
No.
Number 185, my bard does not need roadies for a dungeon crawl. Need you guys to carry my stage for me, come on. Only green M&Ms in my trailer. Come on, get your shit together, people. Which, if you're wondering about that story, I forget which band it was. Was that the Rolling Stones?
Well,
regardless,
that's a question for Coops.
Whoever it was, the reason behind that demand is that their setup, like the instruments they were working with and whatnot, was very, very technical and very specific. The green M&Ms thing was kind of a canary in the mine to make sure the crew on this venue could actually handle their setup. Because if they couldn't even get that right, there's no way they could handle the more technical aspects of the performance.
Arbok got it. That was Van Halen.
Okay.
And I believe it was specifically for their pyrotechnics that they did the test. Because Van Halen has mad pyrotechnics.
Number 186, no cutting line to be a god. Number 187, I cannot gain more than 3 drama die per session for making the GMP.
What?
I don't get that one, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if the GM is an adult woman who has had at least one child, I'd get that, but...
Number 188, I cannot play an elf with a Scottish accent, nor a Cajun dwarf. The rare elusive swamp dwarf. A swarf, if you will.
You mean a Smurf?
Number 189, Tourette's is not a flaw, it's a reason to kill the character at creation. Number 190, dual wielding small animals is strictly forbidden.
Weasel chucks!
Kung Pao, enter the fist. Thank you, squirrel friend. Your soft, furry body protected me against the force of his blow.
Chip chucks!
Oh my god, I want to build this character now. I want to build the druid with that dipped some ranks into monk. Alright, number 191. We're in the home stretch here. I think we'll go up to 200, and that'll be the stream, because we are past 9 p.m. 191. My character is not related in any way to Boba Fett. This goes double for Star Wars characters. You had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. Number 192. If the gun is best fired using the artillery skill, my character is not allowed to have it. Man, now we're just taking ideas from Monster Hunters International. Number 193, not allowed to kill vampires with seismic charges.
Say what? Say what?
I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done.
I mean, it would completely vaporize them. And everything for a good distance around them.
Number 194. When the other guy picks swords for the choice of weapons, that does not leave me pistols. Number 195. All right, this one's just great. Number 195, I cannot use a silent feat enabled power word stun and blame it on the dog. My god, that dire corgi is a wizard.
No, you don't blame power word stun on the dog. You blame stinking cloud on the dog.
Oh, number 196. I cannot name a character anything that I can't say politely in another country.
I will tell you right now that Ship for Brains sounds absolutely beautiful in the language of Ireland, which is Gaelic.
197. My epic level character cannot take on the minor goblin menaces to his country just to stay sharp. I believe I've read a manga about this, but I can't remember its name. Number 198. Not allowed to steal my own soul. Number 199. My third wish cannot be, I wish you wouldn't grant this wish.
Break the genie.
He just gets sucked into the lamp, and the lamp, like, implodes on itself into an atom. And finally, number 200. I cannot name my character cliché canon characters from other systems.
You're not having Dritz Doran in the Star Wars campaign.
Oh. There's 2,350 more of these.
It's beautiful.
Oh, this has been such a fun stream. It took us 2 hours to get this far, but you know what? I kind of want to do this again sometime. Not in the near future, because I've got plenty of ideas, but we will bring this back eventually. We will continue our journey down the list of things Mr. Welch can no longer do. If you will join me, of course.
For reference, Blit is just shit in reference.
Yeah. There's a great video of that, isn't there? Like
Yes, I showed it to you.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy is doing the report, and he's walking down the stairs of the stadium, and he slips, and he doesn't just slip, he slips.
You did
Just
show
goes
that to me.
Right down, and you hear him say, "Bleh."
Yes. Let's see. Well, what are we gonna do tonight? Where do I send you guys? You know? Well, everybody I have on my raid list tonight is people that we've sent raids to before. I'm open to ideas if you guys have them.
I've only got 2 people who are alive, so you know.
Well, maybe. I was gonna watch this guy after the stream was over anyway, so how about we send a raid to a frequent target around these parts, Liam 6. Alright,
Okay.
everybody, remember proper raid etiquette. If you are subscribed to me, you have emotes for this purpose. If not, there is a global for it. Only post the emotes once, unless they fight back with emote spam of their own, in which case, spam away. I was confused for a second. I was wondering, wait a second, don't I have streaming mode on? But anyway, wait, where was I?
Something about streaming etiquette.
I lost my train of thought. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you to my co-host, Icicle C. Cold. And please join us again tomorrow night for, this is not me double checking the Discord to make sure I know what my own schedule is, a short hike. We will be playing through that game, and believe it or not, that is something we can beat in just 2 hours. Until then, I am Whatthefnu. Later, everybody.